I'm Whitney Ward. We begin tonight with two court cases that we have been following closely. Trial for the Freeman High School shooter is set to wrap up before the weekend, while the trial for a former Spokane police officer is just getting started. So we do have team coverage on these cases tonight. We begin at the Spokane County Courthouse, where the sentencing hearing for Caleb Sharp is in its final days. Sharp opened fire at Freeman High School in 2017, killing one student and injuring 3 freshman girls. He pleaded guilty to first-degree murder and other charges back in January. Today is day 5 in the sentencing phase of his hearing. So that is where we begin tonight with KREM 2's Amanda Rowley, who has been following the Freeman shooting and its aftermath since the very beginning. So Amanda, what happened in the courtroom today?
Whitney, in their own words, Emma Neese and Gracie Jensen described what happened when Caleb Sharp shot them on the second floor hallway of their school nearly 5 years ago. Now, their parents also shared the heartbreak that they felt since that day, and they all asked the judge to give the shooter the maximum sentence.
The next thing I remember, I was laying in the hall, stuck, unable to get up and move. As I lay there, I watched him walk by me, lockdown alarm blaring, wearing all black with the most emotionless face I've ever seen. Shooting at my classmates as they ran in fear of their lives into classrooms. I screamed. There was nothing else I could do.
The fact that Gracie survived is remarkable. The fact that she can walk is a miracle.
I started running and was so scared because I felt like I was running in slow motion. I felt a sort of pressure near my hip area. I didn't even think twice about it because my mission was to get to the nearest classroom as fast as possible. As I was running, I began thinking there's absolutely no way I'm getting out of this. But the scariest part for me was yet to come.
You took so much from her, Caleb. You took her innocence. You extinguished her jovial personality, her ability to enjoy life without fear.
Now, this afternoon, we also heard Amy Strahan's story. She is the mother of Sam Strahan, the Freeman student who was shot and killed that day in September 2017. I'll be sharing her statements tonight at 5. But meantime, the court will hear attorneys make their closing statements tomorrow, and then the judge is expected to give his decision on the sentencing. Reporting from the Spokane County Courthouse, Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
All right, Amanda, thank you very much. And we now want to turn to the trial of former Spokane police officer Nathan Nash. Nash is accused of sexually assaulting 2 women back in 2019 while on duty. Opening arguments were heard yesterday, as well as testimony from one of the alleged victims. Today, the jury continued to hear state witnesses. KREM 2's Janelle Finch joins us now live with the latest there. Janelle?
Today, the jury heard from medical experts, Spokane law enforcement, and watched a 2019 interview with Nathan Nash. In that video, Nash recalls the day that a woman claims he raped her. Today, our allegations claim Nash was in uniform when he raped the victims. The court reviewed Nash's Spokane patrol officer attire and gear, which includes a body camera. A Spokane County Sheriff Office investigator testifies there was body camera footage of Nash before and after he went to the alleged victim's apartment, but no video of Nash at the apartment or with the victim. Nash claims the victim asked him to turn off his body camera. The state shared a 2019 video interview between Nash and the SCSO detective to the jury. The interview was recorded 2 days after one of the alleged rapes. In the video, Nash tells law enforcement how the incident happened.
Grabs my right hand and, looking at other bruising on her, tries to have me identify an area of concern for her. But I was looking kind of towards her back, didn't see where she was guiding my hand. When I looked, I saw that she had placed my hand on her vagina. I pulled my hand away, and I said, yeah, I think we're done.
Wednesday, one of the victims testified in front of the jury. She claimed she was pulling down her pants to show Nash bruises from a previous domestic violence incident, and Nash inserted his fingers into her body. She claimed the action was unwelcomed and she was the one to push him away. The court will hear testimony from the other alleged victim and Nash. Court is set to resume on Monday. The state says they look to be finished with their witnesses by Wednesday. Reporting from the Spokane-County Courthouse, Janelle Finch, KROM 2 News.
All right, Janelle, thank you very much. And now we want to turn our attention to weather. We are in the throes of a major heat wave here. It is probably the hottest it's going to get here. So we are certainly expecting triple digits in some areas. We may have already reached them. So we want to turn now to our chief meteorologist, Jeremy Legoo. It's very, very hot out there right now. How many places are in the triple digits today?
Quite a few. And I'm here to tell you, it feels like the triple digits out here on the back patio. I can attest, Tom's not even starting the grill. It's just that hot out here. And he said, all right, grill's fired up. It's just that hot. Heat advisory is in place for us in Spokane. Out in central Washington, and successive heat warnings for those temperatures climbing up so high. Off in the distance, you can see some of that wildfire smoke low on the horizon. And when it comes to air quality here in Spokane, we sit at a 55 or a moderate. Your sinuses are kind of bugging you. That's that. Good thing we're not quite to the realm where it gets unhealthy for sensitive groups, but it's hot. And the same mechanism that's causing all that smoke to sink is warming up our temperatures. 101 in Deer Park, Spokane at 99, triple digits across much of central Washington and down in the Lewis and Clark Valley. Today is likely our hottest day of this heat event. Tomorrow, a little more cloud cover might offer a bit of a break, but it stays hot right on through the weekend.
All right, Jeremy, thank you very much. And looking ahead now and across the state line, Idaho's fetal heartbeat abortion ban goes into effect statewide tomorrow. That is one of 2 abortion bans the state plans to put into place. Earlier this month, Planned Parenthood asked the Idaho Supreme Court to delay those new laws pending further legal review, but the court ultimately decided it would not block the state's new laws, and they will still hear arguments on the topic in September, but the law will still go into effect as planned, making almost all abortions illegal in the state of Idaho. So what is the difference now between Idaho's 2 abortion laws? Well, the fetal heartbeat law, that's the one that goes into effect tomorrow, allows private citizens to sue a doctor who performs an abortion after 6 weeks of pregnancy. 6 weeks is basically when a fetus's heartbeat can be detected. However, the private citizens must be related to the person who's pregnant or the person who got someone pregnant. Now, the minimum award in a case like this is $20,000. And again, this is the law that will go into effect tomorrow. Idaho's trigger law is very different than that. According to this law, all abortions will be outlawed statewide, with exceptions only for rape, incest, and if the mother's life is at risk. In the instance of rape or incest, the mother would need to report the crime to police and give a copy of that police report to the abortion provider in order to undergo the procedure legally. Doctors that perform an illegal abortion could face anywhere from 2 to 5 years in prison and risk losing their state medical license. This trigger law goes into effect on August 25th. And turning now to some of the day's other top headlines, Coeur d'Alene police arrested a teacher from Lake City High School for a, quote, inappropriate relationship with a former student. 48-year-old William Joseph Keelan from Hayden is accused of lewd conduct with a minor under the age of 16. Police say the relationship began in 2012 and lasted for several years while the victim was attending school there. They also believe multiple students knew about it but were afraid to report it. The man accused of killing 22-year-old Jacoby Ford pleaded guilty to first-degree murder. 25-year-old Michael Lee was arrested for second-degree murder after fatally shooting Ford outside of a bar back in July of 2021. His charges were then increased to first-degree murder after his arrest. Spokane police arrested a second suspect in a deadly shooting from last month in northwest Spokane. This afternoon, Alicia Ford made her first court appearance for second-degree murder. Ford, along with Stacy Gerber, are accused of killing Gerber's ex-boyfriend, Michael Matern. Now, according to court documents, Ford admitted to her father to shooting at Matern. He then went to police. Both women appeared in court today. The judge lowered Gerber's bond from $1 million to $500,000. Ford's bond was set at $1 million. They are both expected back in court on August 30th. Another man accused of a drive-by shooting in Spokane Valley on August 1st, Damian Dunnigan, appeared in court today on charges of attempted first-degree murder, second-degree assault with a deadly weapon, and drive-by shooting. The victim in that case told police he got into an argument with Dunnigan, and court documents say Dunnigan told the victim that he was going to have a shootout with him. He also left him a voicemail, reportedly, saying that he was waiting for him at Pines and Sprague. Now, no one was injured, actually, in that shooting. A judge set his bond at $750,000. He'll be back in court as well on August 30th. Whitworth University is the victim of a cyber attack that's taken several weeks to resolve. The university says they became aware of the attack on July 29th. The IT team there is working with forensic experts now to figure out exactly what information was accessed during the attack, but we do know the hack impacted the school's entire network, including scheduling for classes as well as students' financial accounts and their access to them. The university expects to restore about 95% of its information system back to normal by August 31st, and anyone affected by the attack will be notified directly.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are out here in the backyard. We are going to be grilling up tri-tips. 6 pounds worth of tri-tip steaks, also some grilled vegetables. We'll tell you more about this as the show progresses. It's too hot to heat up your kitchen. Find a shady spot, get in the backyard and grill this weekend. We're going to be back in just a little bit.